Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back. My apologies there for not hitting go live on YouTube. Still getting used to it, but we're up. We're live now. We're going. Good looking bit rate, good looking picture. Hopefully it sounds okay. Let me know if it doesn't sound all right if you're out there in the chat. But welcome. Here we are, round number 2 of the DTM92 seasonal championship here within the NARR community. Round 1 was very fun, very exciting round to watch. We didn't do that one live, but we basically recorded it and uploaded it, next day for viewing pleasure. But the racing was very close, very exciting, and just all around good stuff, good clean racing out there from all 35 individuals who made it to week 1. Hopefully all 35 can make it right back to round number 2. We're here at Brno, the Brno circuit. Just some random facts. Brno, if you're not really familiar with it, in the Czech Republic, it is about 5.4 kilometers. 3.3 miles long, 14 turns, 8 right, 6 left, and a lot of it kind of flows, but then there are some twisty bits, as I like to say, some twisty bits that are a little bit technical, as we'll see here as we go around with some individuals out there. But that's where we are. A circuit that is, probably less than. Definitely less than 6 months being available within Raceroom. So, one of the newer tracks to come out within the past 6 months. I would think Brno is probably about maybe 3 to 4, somewhere in that range. So, I'm sure a lot of folks have picked it up. But if you haven't, then stay tuned and watch out for an exciting track with, a set of exciting vehicles out there. For those who may not have made it for week 1, these DTM92s, there are 5 different types of vehicle, or not different types of vehicles, but 5 manufacturers, 5 different styles that are available in this class. We'll start from the top. You've got the Audi. I should have the actual model that these are, but I don't. But you've got the Audi. You've got a BMW. You have a Ford, which is the Ford Mustang. I know that one off the top of my head. You've got a Mercedes, and you've got an Opel. So what we have, if you weren't around for week 1 and you're just kind of tuning in here to week 2, round 2, there are 5 groups of teams based on manufacturers. So if anyone that you see in a Mercedes is on Team Mercedes. Anyone in an Opel, they're all on the same team. Ford, Audi, BMW. Anyone that is in any of those manufacturers are all part of a 7-man team, 7-person team. So everyone is out there racing for individual points, but then also racing for team points as well. So just another little wrinkle to keep an eye on as we go through these races. This evening, it'll be just as round 1 was, 20 minutes or 25. Now I'm doubting myself. You look really fast. Bear with me for one moment. I forget. I don't know. We'll find out together. I forget. It's been a week and I already forget what it is. But it's either 2 20-minute races or 2 25-minute races. The entire field is, I shouldn't say inverted. Whatever the positions end up after race number 1 is where they start for race number 2. So if you finish, if you're the winner of race number 1, you start right away at P1 for race number 2. If you come in dead last, you start dead last for race number 2. So another little wrinkle. The last little wrinkle that I've got is Some of these cars have been neutered in a way when it comes to their power. A little bit's been taken out of the Audi, and a little bit's been taken out of the Ford. But then on top of that, there's actual added ballast, extra weight being given to these cars. So in week 1, everyone started with 50 kilograms of extra weight. Turn off the sounds on my phone. We're so professional around here. All the vehicles, every driver had 50 extra kilograms. Based on the average finish of round number 1, there has been changes to the ballast for the top 10 finishers of week number 1 and the bottom 10 finishers of week number 1. Before we get into qualifying, let me just show you that. That way everyone can kind of get an idea of where some folks might be with the extra weight or the decrease of weight in their vehicles this evening. Let's bring that up right now. Perfect, look at that. Beautiful. So as you can see, on the left side are the individuals that have had extra ballast, extra weight put into their vehicles in the server. And it's been like that all week in the practice server. It's like that right now in practice session, qualifying session, race session. They have a full increase of weight since round 1. So Matt Bergen, he is sitting at, let me bring it up real fast. Matt Bergen was the number 1 finisher average for week number 1. He's now at 65. Luke Longnecker is now at 62. Pat Carnahan is now at 60. Ramiro Perez is now at 58. Theodore Insbury and Theo Lupu are both now at 56. Evan Gramke, Richard Blatcher now at 54. Shea Samuels at 52, and Mike Lobin at 51. So those 10 individuals have extra weights put into their vehicles that may or may not even out the playing field a little bit depending on how they handle that extra weight. You can see Matt Bergen is still on top with a 210.6 at the moment, so who knows how much that extra weight really will affect him, but we'll find out come race time. Finally, the last piece of information, the bottom 10 from round number 1 have a decrease. We'll go through really fast, and we'll actually we'll go top to bottom again. So Fast Medici went from 50 to 49. Derek McCord down to 48. Amado Pereira, 47. Andy Morehouse, 47. Keshan Hall, 45. Chase Small, 44. Ed Scott and Sketty are at 42. Steve Busby at 38. And Dom Bessel, who unfortunately I think had either disconnected from, I think he disconnected from race 1 in week 1, and he obviously couldn't come back for race number 2. So he is the unlucky lucky driver of now having 15 kilograms less, and he's got 35. So if you can kind of keep all that information in your head, you'll see how that affects those folks who were at the bottom for week 1 and who were at the top for week 1. So just another, like I said, wrinkles all over the place. Just another little difference there added in for this season. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll move it right back into the in-game scene. So as I said, Matt Bergen sits on top at a 210.658. Patrick Carnahan's about over a second slower, about 1.1 seconds slower. Ed Scott at a 1.3, and then it kind of goes down from there. So 2 through 5 are over a second slower, and then 6 onward are 2 seconds and up. So as I usually always say, it's kind of like a catchphrase, but it's going to be interesting to see, and we're all going to find out together how it all happens. So I'm here with you through the entire process of all this, practice, qualifying, double races, warm-ups, and whatnot. And it's going to be fun. So hang out, and hopefully we all catch a lot of good action for week number 2 here before we roll into week 3 next Monday. So it's just great to be live and not recording this as we're going. So, but let me know out there, whoever might be around watching as we go here, how everything sounds, how everything looks, if you can hear the game more than me, if you can hear me more than the game, I'll try to even it out to make the experience as best as possible, really, for everyone out there watching. But as we come down to about a minute left in practice, 20 people have put in a time. It looks like we have about 32 in the server, so we might be missing 3, but they have all the way up until the end of qualifying to join. So hopefully we find those last 3 individuals that were around for week number 1, and they are able to participate. Earlier, Raceroom was having some issues with some servers and with realizing what content was actually paid for by users and everything else. So some folks probably aren't having issues, but maybe just haven't double checked since that happened earlier. So hopefully we find them. Hopefully they find their way in, and hopefully we can get it rolling with a full grid. But as always, with how I normally do my normal intros, thanks for hanging out here on YouTube. Now I'm used to saying Twitch, but thanks for hanging out here on YouTube with me. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to give this stream as it goes, or the video later on if you're watching this back. Give it a simple like. Put a thumbs up on that. Add some comments if you want to the video. As I said with Twitch, if you're not a follower of the Twitch channel, find that side as well, and give it a follow over there. Sometimes we'll go live over there, as well as trying to go here live on YouTube a little bit more. So find the Discord server, discord.gg/NARR. That'll get you right to the server. Join up. You'll have opportunities to get into future seasons, future championships. You'll have the opportunity to jump in with us for ranked events, for stuff that happens outside of Raceroom, AMS2, Automobilista, iRacing, ACC, everything. We kind of do it all at times. So if you get into the server, you're going to have all the opportunity in the world to race with some of these folks that you're going to see out here this evening. And then lastly, Twitter and Instagram. Find those 2 places as well as just a social media outlet for the server, for the community. Find your way there, follow, and do whatever you want with that. Audio sounds good. You're doing great. Thank you all. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully we see some good stuff. Hopefully you all enjoy. Week 1 was I will say week 1 was pretty awesome to watch. I certainly did my best to keep the action in the forefront at all times. It can get pretty crazy. Week 1 there were I would say probably about 4 or 5 packs of cars, kind of evenly spaced out in between packs, but there were some great intense competitive racing between kind of pods of people. So we'll see if that happens here again. If it does, we'll certainly try to keep all the action as much as possible on screen for everyone to enjoy. So we're now jumped into qualifying, a 15-minute qualifying session. We have about 13 minutes left, and Matt Bergen, I believe, is probably the first one on a flying lap here. And we're going to see what time he puts in. He was putting in about 2:10.6, I think, in practice. I don't know if that was a full fuel or, a mixture of fuel or whatnot. We'll see what he has here. Oh, so now he's on his flying lap. So that was just a warm-up lap for everybody. So now we're going to see what everyone puts in. We'll kind of follow everyone. Actually, you know what? Let's go right in there with him. We're gonna follow him around for the entire lap here. I would give you shout outs of what these turn numbers are, but I honestly forget. I didn't look at the circuit guide. I haven't driven Brno in a bit, I don't think, to my knowledge, so I kind of forget. But I'm gonna shut up for a second. You guys can just enjoy this. So there you have it. Matt Bergen puts in a 210.5 with 65 kilograms of ballast, and I think they're running 98% power. So he's not even getting the full extent of the power of the Audi. Has 65 kilograms of extra weight and is still putting in a 210.5. Patrick Carnahan there right behind in the Ford Mustang, about 7, almost 8 tenths behind there in P number 2. So we might see quite a spread of times here, but it's early in qualifying. Some folks might be able to put in some quicker times here as we make our way through it. Track gets a little bit more rubbered in, a little bit more speed in there. We'll see what happens. But I think Matt Bergen's putting in even a faster time, so the software for right now is sitting on him. But you know what? Who else do we have out there? Theolupu here, currently in P5. For everyone keeping score at home, we now have 34 people in, 34 of the 35. So I can't actually see who we might be missing. Maybe Mike Lobin, I believe. I don't see his name in there anywhere. So he might be the one missing out for the time being, but he has a little under 9 minutes to make his way in. He's going to jump back up here to Matt Bergen. So Matt Bergen's going even faster. He's probably going to make it into the 209s, maybe? Let's find out. Nope. Very close to a 210.2. That is speedy with all that mass underneath him at the moment. Keshan Hall here currently in 23rd, putting in some green sectors for himself, so he's going to be definitely putting in a faster time. We'll see where he jumps up on the leaderboard. And Sean, you are correct. So that's what happened in week 1 at least. He won both races of week 1, and yeah, himself and Luke Longnecker, both of those Audis took P1 and P2 in both races as Luke here comes up on screen. And yeah, they basically kind of just from the start just charged and kind of walked away from everyone else and kind of held it for the entire race. So we'll see what happens. Both of those folks, as I said, have a little extra weight underneath themselves on top of the 50 that was already there. So we'll see how much that might come into play with everyone behind them, but as it looks right now, they have a pretty good lead over 3 through the rest of the field. Oh no, I was wrong. Mike Lobin is in the server, so I don't know who the 35th is, who's missing. But 34 is still a great number to have. So all in all, a fantastic turnout once again for round number 2 of the DTM92 Championship. So we have Sketty here, currently in P18, and as I talk about him, he goes flying around and crumples up his hood. Dom Bessel here in P8, drifting that Opel around the circuit as he goes. Some green sectors for himself, and he's going to come in with a 2:11.788, 4th best for Mr. Dom Bessel. And just to reiterate, Dom Bessel has the least amount of ballast for this evening with only 35 kilograms. So that might be coming into play a little bit with his overall time and where he currently sits on the leaderboard for qualifying. Just for anyone who might be watching, the standings board may eventually cut off and may not show all the names. I tried working with that today to move the entire thing up, and I could not get it to work. So, kind of like what happened with round 1, where I don't know where it cut off, but it did not have all the names up there. So my apologies to those watching, but then to those who might watch it back. You may not be able to see the last 2 or 3 names on the leaderboard. But we'll see what we can do before week 3. As I always say, my streaming, I'm not a professional. Everything's a work in progress, so we'll just keep messing with stuff until it either works or breaks completely, and you never see anything from me again. So who do we have here? Richard Blatcher, P16, Ed Scott, as we're on now in the Audi up in P5. For right now, you've got 3 of the 7 Audis occupying 3 of the 5 spots, or 3 I should say 3 of the top 5 spots. So that kind of shows you a little bit of the dominance of the Audi itself and those behind the wheel, as Ed Scott moves himself up into 4th now. So 3 within the top 4 being it from the Audi manufacturer. As we come down to almost 3 minutes left of qualifying. And if you, I would assume probably most folks are familiar with Raceroom, but with Raceroom is a little bit different than other sims where once the countdown hits 0, if you've not crossed the finish line, then your lap basically gets scrapped. The game does not have doesn't have that overtime period to actually let you finish the lap. So all these folks out there right now coming up to the line with about 2:45 to go, they'll probably have about 1 more lap. Like Andy Morehouse here will probably get across the line with enough time for 1 more lap. But then anyone probably behind Andy, and that might be Keshin Hall right behind, probably won't have enough time to put 1 more lap in, as Andy dives way to the inside. Maybe get out of the way. Evan Gramke here should have enough time. So these last few that you see coming through the screen right now will probably be the last ones to hit that flying lap. Evan Gramke currently sitting in P11. Luke Longnecker, he's been living in that P2 position all the way from the start of week 1. So looks like he's improving a little bit. Where's he going to end up? Now about almost 6/10 behind. So he's improved a little bit behind Matt Bergen. Still in P number 2. Looks like Dom Bessel here has moved up to P4. This is going to be his last lap that he's going to put in. Can he get a better time? He is right now through sector 1 and 2. As he comes up to sector 3, what's he going to get? Let's find out. Get it, Dom. Get it, Dom. Is he going to pull out a 2.11? Ooh, look at that. Under a second to the top 3 spots. And Ed Scott manages to solidify himself there in the P2. 3 1,000ths? Yeah, 3 1,000ths. Faster than Luke Longnecker. So P1, 2, and 3 are a complete Audi lockout. Amato, you are very welcome. Good luck out there to yourself in the BMW clan, the BMW Tic Tacs. If you weren't around for week 1, if you see any green out there, that is a BMW. All members of that team had the same livery. It's a gorgeous livery. I will continue to say that they need the orange one as well. I don't know if the orange one was ever made. but they did a real disservice if they didn't make the orange and white Tic Tac livery. As I talk about that, here come the qualifying results. Matt Bergen, P1 with a 2:10.259. Ed Scott, 2:10.8. Luke Lumnecker, 2:10.8. Audi, 1, 2, and 3. Don Bessel with an Opel. They're in the P4 spot. Patrick Carnahan, the first Ford. P5, Theo Lupu with a Ford. P6, Rudolph Stein. P7, Theodore Insbury. P8, M. Sketty. P9, and Raymond Aguilar, P10, as it continues to scroll through the qualifying results. So 31 people put in a time, 31 people put in a time, 34 people are present in the server. We are missing one from week 1, so I cannot tell you who's missing at the moment, but someone is. So practice over, qualifying over. Here comes the warm-up round. I will not talk during all this. I will let you enjoy whatever craziness some folks out there can find. Going backwards, looking for jumps, doing burnouts, spin-outs, whatever anyone wants to do. I'm going to go grab some water, and we'll be back. But we got about 4.5 minutes till race time, at least race number 1, and onward we go. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Enjoy what you see out there. Let's get going. All right, everyone. Who is ready for this? DTM92, round number 2, Brno. I said I didn't know how long the races were, and it's right there in the title of the video. 2 25-minute races. The results of race number 1 dictate where folks start race number 2. And off we go. Here's where they figure out their strategies. I don't know if we'll see any pits, any pit stops. I honestly don't know. I'm sure the Audis will melt their tires, as they normally do. I'm sure all the cars have enough fuel to make it around, so it should be just a full-out 25-minute sprint here for race number 1. As we have about 30 seconds to go before lights go out. Once everyone populates on the racetrack, then the lights will go off, and off we go. Waiting on a few people here. Here we are for a rolling start. Who are we on board with? Dom Bessel in P45. I think he's in P4 overall. Let's go backwards here with Theodore Insbury. We're going to sit inside with him for just a second. Here in P8, as they come up to the line, we're going to see everyone kind of take off. Or not take off. And kind of go from here, but this is probably a good spot where you can kind of see at least the top 8 and what happens here. Off they go, lights are green. Green, green, green. Here we go. As they come down to turn number 1, we'll stay on board with Theodore. You see some people behind, spreading out. Somebody getting really close there. The grimy dog in the Ford. Everyone holding station. Everyone holding on. Fantastic here. Theodore here is the top Mercedes on the grid for right now. We'll go upwards. Dom Bessel up here to P number 2 already. I think Ed Scott's right there on the outside. Not anymore. As Dom kind of slides out, but as you can see, you've got some folks going. Theodore Insbury back there going kind of wide, and Dom Bessel here, an Opel amongst the red and silver Audis at the top, at the front. Good evening, Ken Garbett. I think EH Plus. I think that's you. I can't remember. So many names, but welcome either way. And Patrick Carnahan getting a little slidey, getting a little loose. Theo Lupu now right beside as they come down the backstretch. Patrick is still getting a little loose there. Theo slides right ahead. Rudolph Stein and his Opel right there in the midst of a pack of Mustangs, and that is a Mustang just absolutely full sending it right there. There's Cushion Hall. I think no. I shouldn't say that. That's not Cushion Hall. That was someone else. I think Cushion is running the black and red livery. That's not it. My apologies to Cushion Hall. Lap number 1 in the books. There's a Ford Mustang sitting sideways back there. I think it's Richard Blatcher going down the standings. Yes, it is. And I'm sure he will get going once again and try to catch himself back up. Theo Lupu, let's go on board with Theo here. Well, it switches to Luke Longnecker. Let's go back on board with Theo Lupu. He's going to try to keep up with Patrick Carnahan as they try to keep up with the 3 Audis and the 1 Opel. Dom Bessel up here in P2. That first kind of long turn has to feel even longer in these cars as they're sliding basically all the way around it. Who do we got here? Theodore Insbury. That's Raymond Aguilar. Theodore Insbury's right ahead. Shea Samuels ahead of that. Sketty right there in the green and white Tic Tac livery. We'll follow along here in just a second. Thanks for hanging out here. Make sure and put a like on this. This is some fantastic action. These folks are driving their butts off. A little contact there between the Mustang and the Ford. Tokyo drifting. Raymond Aguilar trying to go right through the middle. Oh boy. Oh brother. Oh, hold on to it, Raymond. There it is. Let's move backwards. Evan Gramke running for that Jones BBQ and foot massage. It's a fantastic sponsor. Look them up in the yellow pages. They got good barbecue. They may even touch your feet. Who knows? But off he goes. He's in 14th. Kind of got around all those Mercedes there. There's a Mercedes to his inside, which is, I think, Flavio. Gets along. He's gone. Jason Hall's moved back to him. Right now in 17th place. Let's go on board. Look at this. A Castrol Mercedes. We're sticky when you need them. You'd be loving that livery. Two Mercedes right there next to each other. Let's see. Ian McClure, Ian Shane. Jason Hall gonna try to, what's he gonna do? He's gonna split it. Where's he gonna go? Nowhere. He's gonna stay right behind Shane. Right beside McClure. Another Mercedes making themselves known, which is Ramiro Perez. That's GRG on GRG action right there. Let's see. People are starting to kind of spread along here. Let's go back to Shea Samuels. This is absolutely nuts. Let's go on board with him. This is Walt Graves. My apologies. Shea Samuels is right there ahead. Just kidding. He may not have a back bumper anymore. I'm sure it shows, but Walt Graves is going inward. He's diving. He's saying, "Thank you. May I have another?" He's still going. Let's get TV. I think he kind of shouldered Emery Anderson out of the way there a little bit. But hey, I don't know. Let's just say Ricky Bobby. He said Rubbins Racing. Oh, he said that. I say it all the time, and I forget who said it. I'm saying it right now. Rubbings Racing in these. Maybe that might have been a little too much rubbing. I see a bunch of red. Chase Small here. Let's go on board that we can kind of see in front of him. We got Mike Lubin directly ahead. Ramiro Perez in the Mercedes. Who's out in the Opal? That's Emery Anderson up there in the Opal. With Jeff Lacey just ahead in the green Mercedes. As these guys are holding on to dear life. This is white knuckle racing. Just keeping these things straight on the track. As they make their way in, 4 laps down, 18 minutes to go. Who are we going to see? Matt Bergen has a 2-second lead over Don Bessel in the Opal. Luke Longnecker is very close there behind. Let's move up just a bit. Jeff Lacey right here behind Walt Graves in the Audi, right? Yes. Christian Hall just ahead in the black. Looks like the kit. It's like the Knight Rider Ford Mustang. I don't know if Kit was actually a Ford Mustang. I don't even think it was, but that was before my time. That Audi's sexy looking from behind, though. That Quattro. Who we got? We got a bunch of people right here. Let's go back with Von Gingrich. He has a gaggle of people just ahead of him. Ooh, I see, though. Luke Longnecker is challenging for P2 on that back corner panel of Don Bessel and P2 there. A little light touch. That's basically saying, yes, I'm still here. And he may give him another. can see Matt Bergen there, up ahead, well now about 3.4 seconds. I think Longnecker has kind of slowed Dom here a little bit. Dom's having to defend with his life. Let's go TV. You can see him come down to the final 2 turns. Oh, there's a green and white Tic Tac just kissing that outside wall, or inside at that point. Or outside, I guess. Kissing a wall. That's all I'll say. Dom Bessel holds on to P2. Longnecker right there. Ed Scott right there behind. That's Patrick Carnahan and the Mustang following these 3. Matt Bergen now with a 3.2 second lead. Ian McClure very close. Right on the backside of the Castrol Mercedes. In his own Mercedes. So Mercedes on Mercedes. Flavio Barros right there ahead in the Ford Mustang. As they slide their way around, I don't know if it's a long turn 1 or if that's turn 1 and 2. I'm not particularly sure, but it's a long one no matter what. It's a circuit one. Yeah, it's turn number 1. That's circuit guide right here. Oh my goodness, someone's rolling. I know the feeling. Who the heck was that? Evan Gramke making me proud, making that Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage sponsor proud. Oh, someone massaged those tires. That thing was rolling. Hey, Rangy, how are you? Yeah, there was some door banging going on. We just saw an Audi going side over side, head over heels, rolling it over a big sausage curb, Evan Gramke style. Matt Bergen is right now about 5 seconds ahead, smashing it. Already had 50 kilograms of ballast, an extra 15, so 65 total. I think the Audis are at 98% power, I believe, so he is driving the wheels off that car, keeping it about 4.5 to 5 seconds ahead of Dom Bessel in P2 here in the Opel. We're on board with Ian McClure. He's kind of keeping tabs on Shane and Barros right ahead in the Mercedes and the Ford. Just look at the times here. Let's jump up with Theo Lupu. Keeping that white Mustang clean as he sits behind Rudolph Stein, 7/10 behind here in P7. I'll tell you what, the Mustangs must sit so close to the ground because they are the only cars in this class that throw off sparks, and throw off that many sparks. I'm surprised there's even tires left on those cars as much as they're throwing sparks. Matt has checked out. Yeah, so Longnecker's, I think, having some issues. Not issues, but yeah, I think he's kind of stuck behind Dom. Dom also only has 35 kilograms since he disconnected from week number 1, not out of spite or out of anger due to internet issues. So he has the lowest amount of ballast with only 35 kilograms. So it's kind of evening himself out there with Luke Longnecker and Ed Scott, 2, 3, and 4. Theo Lupu, I'm kind of losing track where I am. Mark Sheen has gotten by. He's right there with Ian McClure side by side. Where's Toto Wolff when you need him? Someone needs to tell someone to just invert. I think they have. Ian McClure now sits in 13. Shane sits in 14. Derek McCord, let's move back to him. He's back here. Getting some popcorn sparks off the Mustang. He's sitting in, what's he in? He's in the BMW. What livery is he? It's not the right livery. Oh, Derek is disappointing me. So that's probably the only BMW that's not in the green and white Tic Tac livery. And he loves the green and white Tic Tac livery. Theodore Insbury spinning around like a top. He's going to lose a few spots here, down to 12, maybe down to 13. Now he's fighting. He's fighting for his life for 12, 13, 14. Looks like the Mustang may have a run on him. And he's going to drop to 14, and he has an absolute crowd of people coming behind him. So he's going to be in the fight for a little bit here. Michael Lobin is inside that fight. P18 with the Audi. Walt Graves right ahead in 17 in the Audi. Yeah, I need the angry meme. Yes, I do need to set up some emojis for this account here. The first one would be the angry Toto. Michael Lobin just casually going through turn 1 there. He might be drinking a coffee, maybe an espresso or something. He may be on his car phone, having an executive level meeting at the moment here in the Audi. He manages to avoid that curb. Speaking of which, where did Evan Gramke now sits in 21 after his fantastic barrel roll. And yeah, there's a bunch. I don't know what TV may not look all that great. But Ramiro here fighting with Keshin Hall, P14 and 15, Ford, Mercedes. He's got a couple Audis back here behind. And yeah, for right now, Matt Bergen is in a different time zone. He may not even be in the Czech Republic anymore. He's about 6.3 seconds. Oh, Ramiro Perez. Maybe took that curve, took that turn maybe a little too fast. Gets a spin, and now drops back to probably 23. Unfortunate for Ramiro Perez. Ed Scott. The Audis with their double antennas. There might be a CB radio on those. I don't know. Let's go on board. Also, Luke Longnecker now sits in fourth. Don Bessel about 1.5 seconds ahead there in the lean and mean Opel compared to these two as they drift their way. That's an executive drift right there through turn number 1. We're gonna leave these two alone. Who do we got? Rudolph Stein. Another Opel in the top 10, trying to track down Patrick Kernahan in P5. For all you folks here right now, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you're enjoying this as much as I am. I'm really just talking about anything and everything at the moment, while keeping the action on screen, making it lively, making it fun. Toto was Karen and ordered. So Rangy, if you check the NARR community or Discord, Scott Galbraith made a meme like that. If you can't find it, I'll send it to you because it is fantastic. It's exactly what you're describing right there. Who do we have? Let's go back with Jeff Lacey. So he's right here with a long string of cars. See, Lacey's here in 20. That's Chase Small in 19. Evan Gramke, 18. The Opel right ahead of him is Emery Anderson there in the line. The two Audis are Walt Graves and Lobin in 15, 16. So 15 through 20, all right here, and can change hands in a matter of seconds. So this is really the biggest group of cars on track at the moment. There's an Audi going kind of wide out there, probably Walt Graves, I believe. And just to hold it, does a fantastic job. Now I'll have about 7 minutes to go. Matt Bergen now owns a 7-second lead. And I'm sure that lead will grow just a little bit more by the end of this thing. Evan Gramke, fantastic to see that he's actually still driving after his Star Fox 64 barrel roll as he did. still making the Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage proud. Chase Small, though, is right behind. Does not care about Jones Barbecue or Foot Massage. And has put Evan Grandy right there behind. At least he's trying to. Let's go TV. He's at Mercedes, and Jeff Lacey is right there ready to pounce as well. They might go 3 wide. Oh, he just squeezed Evan right out of there. That was a fantastic move by Jeff Lacey. So Evan has moved down to 20th. But Evan will not give up. He's got the power of that Audi underneath him at the moment. He's going to be right there. Who do we have? See Fastba DC. Back here in 26th. Trying to put Mark Sutton behind him, and does. Manages to come up to 25th. Let's go back up. Luke Longnecker. Oh boy. Both these guys are drifting all over the place. Dom probably sees those two fighting in his rearview mirror and is just trying to put as much space between himself and these two as much as possible. But Luke drifts his way right around Ed Scott and puts himself back into P2, but Ed says, no, let's hold on a second here. Oh, Longnecker and Scott. They don't care if they are teammates. They're fighting to the death. Then they hold station with Longnecker in 3rd, Ed Scott in 4th. Send me it. I will, Rangy. I will right now. Let's see. Where do you put that? Let me go back. Let me go auto director real fast. It's going to get jumping to Rudolph Stein. There you go, Rangy. Send it out there to you. Hopefully that makes your day a little bit more enjoyable. Who are we jumping to? See Fialupo here in 7th. He's kind of been there for, well, I won't say most, but for a pretty long duration here. But Ed Scott has slipped right on down from 4th to 6th. Theodore Insbury sitting in 13th. He had a small spin a couple laps ago, which kind of put him down here. But he's, of course, fighting with the popcorn-making Mustang. But we got to jump back. We got to jump back to these folks here. So there's some insanity going on. We're on board here with Chase Small, P19. That's Jeff Lacey, Mike Lobin, fighting for 17 and 18. Emery Anderson is just ahead in P16. Walt Graves, that Audi up there in the front in 15, has kind of got a little bit of a distance, a very slight edge over these 4. But as you can see, Lacey and Lobin are just locking horns. Who's gonna hit the brakes first? Chase Small's gonna try to hold it, and he does not hold it. I've been there. I know that feeling. Let's go on board with Mike Lobin then. Now sits behind Jeff Lacey, 17, 18. Emery Anderson up ahead. Walt Graves, the first one of this little pack. Small pod, as I'll call it. We're going to jump back a little further. So Richard Blatcher is the last one of this pod. About 15 through 21. As we see Richard go to the inside. Got a little wiggly. A little wobbly. Trying to hold that Mustang on point. He does. Who's that? Shay Samuels there is snapping left and right. And Richard's probably going to move up ahead, and does. Jeff Lacey right there in it. Let's go. Let's move up to Theodore. Theodore is wanting to put that Mustang behind him. It's Flavio Barros right ahead. Let's go on board. If you've watched my streams before, whether it be Twitch or here, you should know that I like the cockpit dashboard camera. It really gives you a great understanding of what the person behind the wheel is seeing, and really puts into perspective what's happening between them and who's either in front of them or behind them. So Theodore going into the wall, and then it also kind of jinxes some people, like it did right there. But Longnecker has stormed right on back to the back bumper of Dom Bessel. These two are 11, 12 seconds behind Matt Bergen in P1. Matt Bergen's on lap number 12. That'll be the last lap. So this is going to be a fight for the last lap for the last two podium positions here of 2 and 3. So we'll stay on board here with Longnecker through probably most of this. We'll cut to Bergen as he comes across the line, because he has earned that win by putting almost a 12-second gap between himself and P2. While this is going on, there's a major fight going on between 13 through 18. Let's jump back there for just a moment. So Evan Gramke, they're going 3, 4, 7 wide at the moment. Evan's trying to put it on the inside of Richard Blatcher there in the white Mustang, with Loban right ahead of Gramke. The Opel is Emery Anderson. Where's Matt Bergen in all this? Matt Bergen is he's hot lapping at this moment with a very heavy vehicle. Mike Loban trying to steal a place here from Emery Anderson on the last lap. You've got Richard Blatcher right there side by side with Evan Gramke. Blatcher is late braking that thing, keeping it in there, but Evan's got the inside, keeps the inside, and holds strong there in 17 for the moment. Blatcher right behind in 18, and here we go. Matt Bergen crossing the line, P1. This is going to be the final battle for 2 and 3. I think Dom's going to hold him off. Will Dom hold him off? One last turn to go. Oh, Bubby. There it is. Dom Bessel, P2. Luke Longnecker, P3 as they come across the line. Real Stein, P4. Patrick Carnahan, P5. They're coming by fast now. Ed Scott, P6. Theolupu, P7. Here comes Grimy Dog and Scott Galbraith. I haven't really talked about Scott a whole lot. They're... I don't know what just happened there. Grimy managed to stay in 8th. Scott Galbraith, 9th. Raymond Aguilar comes in P10. Ian McClure is going to come across the line here, P11. With Keshan Hall right behind in P12. P13, Jeff Lacey. Here goes the Mustang flying to the inside. Jeff Lacey, 13. Walt Graves, 14. Emery Anderson, 15. Mike Loban, 16. Evan Gramke, 17. Richard Blatcher, 18. Ramiro Perez coming through, 19. Shea Samuels, 20. Flavio Barros, P21. Mark Shane, 22. Theodore Insbury, 23. Fast Medici, 24. Mark Sutton, 25. Chase Small, 26. Andy Morehouse, 27. Sean McInnes, P28. Derek McCord, P29. I'm going to keep on going. Amato Pereira, P30. Vaughn Gingrich, 31. Steve Busby, 32. M. Sketty, 33. With Matty Vargas, 34. I'm not sure where he ended up or where that was, but there are your official results of race number 1. This will also be the starting grid for race number 2. Another 25 minutes of action that might see Matt Bergen do the same thing again. Find out. But Don Bessel, P2, Luke Longnecker, P3, your podium finishers. Crazy finish. Not for P1, but for P2 and 3, and then everywhere else through there. Once one crosses the line, man, they just fire right across the line, everyone. So yeah, that's race number 1 in the books. Race number 2, we'll start here in about 5-6 minutes. The ending positions for 1 determine the positions of starting for race number 2. Another 25 minutes. What's going to happen? Same ballast changes for everyone that we went through earlier, for having having the increase or having the decrease. So no changes in between races. So stick around and hang out. I'm gonna stop talking for just a few minutes, and we'll be back. So if you like this stuff, give it a like, give it a subscribe, give it a comment. Hang out, have some fun, grab a beverage, grab some drinks, grab some food, whatever. But I'll be back. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right. Warm-up number 2 finished. 5 minutes of just insanity like it always is. So, under a minute to go before race number 2. And everyone get ready. Don't hold your breath because you'll pass out before the end of it. We're going to see everyone get to the grid, get on that rolling start, and off they go. So I will probably jump into someone's car, mid top 10 like I was before. That way we can kind of see everyone get off the line as best as we can. Let's go back with, we'll go on board with Grimy Dog here. He's in P8. That's where we were for race number 1, where Theodore Insbury started. So we're going to see Matt Bergen, P1, Dom Bessel, P2, Luke Longnecker, P3, and Rudolph Stein, P4 up there. So 2 Audis, 2 Opels, Patrick Carnahan, P5. Matt Bergen's got to the line, and the lights go on. Green, green, green. Here we go. We'll stay on board here with Grimy Dog, as he's going to put himself there beside Ed Scott. Hit those brakes, hold that line. There's an Audi going sideways up there. Is that Dom Bessel? Dom Bessel's in P1. Oh, Matt Bergen's right there too. Let's go on board here with Dom Bessel. Well, let's go TV. Trackside camera. As he is giving Bergen everything he can here from P2. Holding that inside line. Has P1 for a moment. A little love tap there from Bergen in the back. And he's going to hold on to it. Let's go further back. Fialupu here in P7. Ahead of Grimy Dog. Coming up on Ed Scott there in the Audi. P6. As you can see, top 5 or so darting around. You got 1 Mustang there in the party. The party of 4. 2 Audis, 2 Opels. Everyone's kind of holding strong. There's been many issues, at least here in the front, for the first half of lap number 1. Let's go backwards. Let's go mid back here. This is P19, Evan Gramke. Like a swarm of bees. Look at all these things. My goodness, people are everywhere. People are blocking. People are following lines. People are going to the inside. That's Theodore Insbury there on the inside of Evan Gramke. Evan gives enough room. Slides right back in front. There are cars all over the place. That is a full grid right there. Let's move up a little bit. Mike Loban. Let's go with Mike Loban. The Audi thinks it's real cute with the windshield wiper there right in the middle of the window. We'll stay on board. Where's he going to put it? To the inside? No, not quite. Onward he goes. Let's go back a little bit. Not too far back, obviously, from where we were. Fast and DC here. P21. Evan Gramke right ahead. Theodore Insbury in the green Mercedes. Sliding his way down the bottom. Keeping that position there for 18. Ramiro Perez there 19. And DC has gotten by Evan Gramke to take over the 20th position. Matt Bergen up here. Getting close with Dom Bessel. 1 through 6 are very close, as you can see there. Still with, now with 3 Audis, 2 Opels, and 1 Mustang. Sideways. Manages to hold it though, maybe with a little assistance. Oh, and Dom going well to the inside. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. It's Matt Bergen there in P3. Luke Longnecker. Let's go on board with Carnahan. We need to keep this action here well in scope. Carnahan tries to go to the outside of Bergen. Bergen manages to hold on there to P3 on the inside. And off they go. So you've got Luke Longnecker now in P1 Audi. Bergen is back a little bit. Let's go on board. Ed Scott is right there with Rudolph Stein. Oh no, he's right there with Carnahan, so these two are right. Oh! Ed Scott into the back of Bergen. That was. Well, that is not the way to have Bergen not come in P1 of a race. A little unfortunate. Also teammates there in the manufacturer aspect. So Matt Bergen has moved back down to P6 after that unfortunate event. Scott Galbraith says, no, I'm going well inside. And he's going to take some grass, some curb. He's in P10. Jeff Lacey's in P11. That green tic-tac right ahead. Raymond Aguilar in P9. And people are all over the place. Scott Galbraith still in P9. Let's look at this stuff here. Let's go back with Michael Lobin. As we can just see people inside, outside, to the wall, everywhere. And Scott, where's he off to? Well into the wall. Definitely some damage to the front end. That might be potentially the end of his race. I'm sure he'll get back out there, but he's going to be well behind, as he's going to have to wait for everyone to go past before backing that baby up. And no, he calls it a day right then and there. So Ed Scott will end up in P33. Jeff Lacey right in there, right in it, as they go up the back hill to the final 4 corners to the outside. Here in his Mercedes, top 10. Scott Galbraith right ahead in his Opel, P9. Green Tic Tac, Raymond Aguilar, P8. Let's go back just a few. Richard Blatcher right behind, excuse me, right behind Lacey, who we were on board with. He's got Mike Lobin right ahead in the Audi, as he's going to try to maybe go to the inside. Get some speed, some late brake. Try not to, oh, there's some contact between himself and Lobin. Slides ahead there into P11. Lobin in P12. Right on his backside. That's Lupu there. If you're looking in the back, let's go back. Lupu on board, sliding through. Just slide by. That's Richard Blatcher. They're now going side by side with an Audi to the inside, to the outside. So that's Mike Lobin, well out there, 3 wide down this stretch. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Theo probably lets off just a tad to not cause any more problems. And there goes Lobin right in the middle, kind of cutting the nose off Lupu just ever so slightly, and has moved up to 11th. Lupu there in 13th. Blatcher goes spinning around from 12th, and just calamity all over the place back here. Calamity. Let's go back with Blatcher. He's got who to the outside? That's Sketty to the outside. Chase Small, Flavio Barros there in the team. Ramiro Perez. He's got Theodore Insbury right here with him as well. Like, oh my goodness. Defense, offense. Oh my goodness. And Insbury managed to avoid 2 spinning cars right there in the middle of the turn. Moves himself up to 20th. Evan Gramke here in 17. I got word between races that Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage, they were feeding the drivers in the garage. The famous barbecue. I think they had a foot massage area set up as well. That's unconfirmed. But Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage, give him back. As we're on board here. Trackside with Evan Gramke. As he's trying to get 16th from, who's that? Ramiro Perez. Ramiro's taking the long way around T1. It keeps it. They're going to drag race themselves down that way. Let's stay right here, though. Not that I'm expecting any problems. They are right there. Ooh, a little overcorrection right there from Ramiro. Those two are locked in a side-by-side battle. Keshin Hall up here, P7. Raymond Aguilar right behind in the tic-tac. He's got Walt Graves, P6 right there. Matt Bergen is about 6.2 seconds ahead of this pod of drivers. As we stick right in here, who's in this pod? You got Walt Graves, the Audi out front. Keshin Hall, we're on trackside with. Raymond Aguilar in that BMW going well inside. And then back outside. He's defending like crazy there on Scott Galbraith. The Opel. Jeff Lacey. And the Mercedes right there sliding in. Let's go on board with Lacey. As he's now put Scott Galbraith right beside him. Let's go on board with Loban. And there is some contact all the way through Galbraith and Lacey. That's going to give Loban. I mean, why not split them? Why not go right down the middle? What better place to put an Audi than in between two vehicles? I would have it no other way. For that, the Mercedes is still out there to the side. There, I'm going to go right there. So Loban slides right behind Jeff Lacey in P10, P11. Matt Bergen has made his way up to Rudolph Stein, so the slight incident there with himself and Scott, just a few laps to go, certainly altered his race ever so slightly, but he is now right up there with Rudolph Stein, P4, P5, and these two are not that far behind the top three positions, so it is certainly not like race number one where he was running away and never saw anyone ever again, so he's now working his way back through the field from 6th up to 5th with a few more to go. Scott Galbraith right here. Contact. Walt Graves. Will everyone hold it? They will. People want it. They want it bad. And Scott Lacey once again. Scott trying to keep that position. Has it for now. Some slight contact there between himself and Lacey. And onward they go. Where are we? Where are we? Matt Bergen's really close to there. Let's go on board with Loban. Keep everyone in perspective here. That's Lacey directly ahead. Galbraith ahead of Lacey there in the Opel. Walt Graves in the Audi. Raymond Aguilar up in the green and white Tic Tac BMW. With Keshin Hall kind of at the front of this crowd there in that black Mustang. Lupu is about 1.1 second behind these folks. So we'll stay right here. We'll keep on board here with Logan. Hopefully we can kind of see what happens. That's Galbraith and Graves. Getting cozy with each other through those turns. And onward they go. This is that's Galbraith and Graves once again. You know what? Upward a bit. So Galbraith. Let's go on. going to try to take the inside, maybe try to outbrake. Graves comes inward, very much inward. So far inward that he kind of came into Scott there a little bit. But Graves is still there, still fighting, wants that position back. Hits Galbraith again. That has allowed Lacey to move right on through. That's allowed Mike Lobin to move on through. Now Galbraith is right there in between Lacey and Lobin. And Walt Graves has moved back to P11. Some aggressive stuff. Graves goes inward again. That's put Lobin behind. There goes Lobin. People are saying right now, we don't care for teammates. We're driving for blood. That's what I'm seeing. That's allowed Theolupo here to get back to this group of people. Sketty has a drive-through. He was in the pit lane maybe, I don't know what for. But unfortunately for him, he has a drive-through penalty. So that will essentially leave him in 32nd, probably for the remainder of this race. But let's go on board with Ian McClure here. He's got Lupu directly heading 12th. That's Mike Lobin in 11th of the Audi. Galbraith. Somehow Graves has gotten back up ahead of these folks in 9th there. The Mustang is dragging every piece of fiberglass on that thing against the ground. Maybe that's how they shave off weight. Perhaps we might have to have someone touch the back bumper of these Mustangs. Find out what's going on with this. Ian McClure there. Grammy Dog went sliding right on by. Sliding, I don't mean like sliding on the brakes, but I mean just kind of casually moving right ahead there of Ian McClure that we're on board with. So Grammy Dog, Theolupo. I'll tell you about there are all kinds of stuff. Let's go on board here with Theolupo. You've got, I think, Walt Graves and Scott Galbraith just rubbing, absolutely just driving on each other. This is going to be maybe a corner by corner battle here. Just persistent. Oh, hold it, Theo. There you go. We'll sit right here for now. Don Bessel is very close to Luke Lonecker at the front. If I see any more time between those two, I'll definitely move up there for the lead for P1. We now have under 8 minutes to go, but the action back here from 9 to 19 is proving to be just the price of admission right there. And there's Walt Graves and Scott Galbraith again. And I don't keep saying those names, trying to get anyone in trouble with the stewards. These two are just really putting these touring cars to their name. Certainly not taking each other out, but just driving hard. Not the cleanest, but a little love tap from Scott on Walt Graves. And for all the folks here watching right now, I think there's 9 people maybe. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully this is all fantastic stuff. If you like it, put a like on it. Put a thumbs up on this bad boy. Throw in a comment if you want to. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, if you're just coming in out of nowhere, make sure to choose subscribe because you'll get just the same amount of effort. And I was looking for one more word to say. I don't know. You'll get the same stuff every time. So hopefully it's fun. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I certainly am bringing it to you because I don't have to worry about actually driving these. I just get to talk my way through all this. And as I said, 9 through 19 is still very, very close, as you can see here. So we're on board Chase Angels P16. That's 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, all the way up ahead. People all over the place. Shea Samuels has Theodore Insbury there on the inside. Outside of him, he goes a little far out. Doesn't get any contact. We've got what seems like 30 Mercedes all here together. There are not that many, but 2 Mercedes, 2 Audis, 2 Mustangs. Samuel's here in his Mustang. And these folks are just giving it all they've got. And I'm impressed. And I'm liking it. See Insbury go to the inside. Who's that? That's Grimy Dog right there ahead. Ian McClure is on the outside of Insbury now. Grimy Shea Samuels taking the outsides. Trying to avoid some contact. He does. You got Insbury still here to his side. Let's go track side and try to see what we can see. There's all that. Jeff Lacey, Patrick Carnahan. So Carnahan is now sitting back in 4th. Matt Bergen here in 3rd. Luke Longnecker, I tell you what, let's move up. Luke Longnecker here in P1, Dom Bessel in P2. Audi versus Opel. Longnecker has more weight to his vehicle at the moment with the ballast. Also has 98% power due to the just extreme quickness and overall heft of the Audi. Dom here has 35 kilograms. The least of everyone on the circuit, not taking away from his P2 at the moment and his fantastic drive, but that's kind of allowing him to stay with the Audi and not just be have his doors blown off by the absolute power of the Audi. So what was that? Theodore Insbury got something for ignoring yellow flags. I can't tell where he is. Where is he? I don't know, but we're still on board. Drive-through penalty. That's what he got. For ignoring slowdown warnings, Theodore Insbury with a slowdown, or not, with a drive-through penalty. That will hurt. That will hurt a lot. That will probably drop him down to 29th, effectively putting him completely out. If he doesn't take it, he'll get a 90-second penalty. So I think either way, he's probably sliding down no matter if he takes it or if he doesn't. We have under 3 minutes to go. I'm not inside his head. I can't determine, or I can't think of what he might do. But I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't know if he's going to take it or if he's actually just going to keep on going. He might take it. He might just keep going out of frustration. Oh, nope, I am wrong. He's going to take it. So we will see where he ends up. Oh, who was that Mustang? Sick J-turn. Sick no-scope 360. And he continues onward. Theodore, no, I'm probably wrong. He probably won't drop that much. But he will certainly drop away from where he was, away from that pack as we see a few more go by. So he's definitely going to be in the mid-20s by the time he comes out of there. Comes out 24, 25, 24th, unfortunately, for Theodore. Raymond Aguilar, right here in 7th. Keshin Hall, right ahead in the Black Mustang for 6th. Matt Bergen has pulled away from Patrick Carnahan at the moment. Dom Bessel is under a second to P2. Let's go back here to the frantic, where these 8 through 11. Where's Scott Galbraith? Scott has out of it, 34th. We'll have to figure out what happened to him. He got black flag. Black flag for something. So Scott has dropped to to 34th and out of the race. Theolupu trying to get by Walt Graves here, and does for 8th place, and is about 4 seconds behind as you saw those cars just go out of the shot. Keshin Hall and Raymond Aguilar in 6th and 7th. So Luke Longnecker has just started the final lap of this race, 12 laps. So this will be the last race. We're going to keep an eye on Dom to see where he may end up. Still under a second. Matt Bergen about 2.2 seconds back from Dom and from Luke Longnecker. Let's move right here. Jeff Lacey on board. On board his Mercedes. As we stay on board, you got Evan Gramke and Mike Lobin right there ahead. Manufacturer teammates, also, of course, racing for individual places and points. As we see, Mustang kind of just slid in out of nowhere. Shea Samuels for 13. Luke Longnecker, Dom Bessel going down the back to the final, I would say probably the final sector of the entire circuit. Up to 13 people now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this enjoyable as much as I did bringing it to you. But Luke Longnecker here is coming up on the final 2 turns of this circuit to bring himself the first position of race number 2. With Dom Bessel bringing in position 2 of race 2. And Matt Bergen will be position 3. There's your podium for race number 2. Longnecker, Bessel, Bergen. Patrick Carnahan comes P4. Rudolph Stein, P5. And 20-some seconds behind, Raymond Aguilar and Keshin Hall fighting for 6 and 7. Who's going to get it? A little love tap from Hall on Aguilar there. Both go a little bit wide, but Aguilar's going to have P6, Keshin Hall P7. Theolupu comes across in P8. Walt Graves P9. Grimy Dog P10. Shea Samuels there. P11, Ramiro Perez, P12, Richard Blatcher, P13, Mark Shane, P14, Evan Gramke. He's yeeting himself into the tires for Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. P15, Ian McClure, 16, Jeff Lacey, P17, Mike Lobin, P18, Flavio Barros, P19, Derek McCord comes across in P20. Fastman DC, P21. Mark Sutton, P22. Sean McGinnis, P23. Andy Morehouse, P24. Emery Anderson, P25. Vaughn Gingrich, P26. Theodore Insbury, also yeeting himself into the tire barriers, comes across P27. Steve Busby, P28. Matty Vargas is still going, still out there. He's going to be the last person to come across. Oh, there it is. P28. So, Luke Longnecker, P1, Dom Bessel, P2, Matt Bergen, P3 of race number 2. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to everyone else. Matt Bergen, P1, race 1, P3, race 2. As we see the places now kind of scroll through for everyone here in race number 2. Come on back next week as we'll give an update of the ballast changes from week 2 to week 3. Let's throw that up. So yeah. So changes will happen to the weights of the vehicles, all based on the top 10 average finishes of both races this evening. So, and then ballast will decrease from the bottom 10 average places for the 2 races. So come on back next week, next Monday, and we'll have the differences of who gets more weight, who gets some weight taken off, anywhere in the middle and all that. Next week is going to be, where is it? I should know that as well, but I don't. I forget where next week is. That's what I'm saying. This is an amateur. This is an amateur operation here. But come on back. It's going to be fun no matter what. It's going to be exciting like you saw there. I mean, these cars, they're touring cars. People are driving the crap out of these cars. They're driving for individual positions. They're driving for team positions, team points, individual points, team podiums, individual podiums. So it's going to be good stuff every week. It's going to be exciting every week. This is only a 6-week championship, so we got 4 weeks to go. 8 more races. So every race counts, every point counts, and so forth. So come on back. What's today? Monday. So Wednesday of this week, we will also have the weekly ranked event for Raceroom. It is the P2 class and GTR2 class for 120 minutes, 2 hours at Road America. So come on back for that. We'll see how many jump in the server within the Americas time zones. Hopefully we get a good amount. We'll live stream. We'll commentate a little bit. We'll all hang out and watch and see what happens from that. So once again, thanks for hanging out here. Thanks for watching these. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up if you already have. If you haven't, make sure you do. If you want to put a comment in there once the video goes, once it ends and once it kind of goes up on YouTube for rewatch, put a comment of stuff that you like or put a comment of stuff you don't like, and we'll keep trying to make it better. I'll keep trying to do anything I can do to make it more enjoyable for all of you who aren't racing but like to watch this stuff. So let us know, and we'll do whatever we can. But thanks for coming out. Follow all of our various avenues, outlets of stuff, Twitter, Instagram. Find the Twitch and follow over on that side, so if we do go live over there, you'll know. Find the server itself, discord.gg/NARR. That'll get you directly to it. Join up, hang out, have fun, join the conversations we have. Be in future season championships, be in the ranked stuff, be in other things we do, other sims. So you'll be a part of it all. You'll at least have the opportunity to be a part of it all. And keep coming back. We're going to stream no matter what. We do it for no matter however many people watch, however many people race. This is just what we do. We do these for you all who like to watch, and we do these for the folks that are actually out there doing it. Everyone enjoys it. We love doing this hobby. We love watching this hobby. We love just being a part of the hobby. So let's all be a part of it together in one way, shape, or form. So we'll call it a night. We'll see what happens with all the points, with the official results when they go live and everything, and we'll see what happens next week. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching, and come on back Wednesday, and we'll do it all again with ranked Raceroom servers. So have a great evening. If you're watching this back later, have a great day. Have a great evening. Whenever you're watching it, thanks for watching it. So we'll catch you on Wednesday, and we're out. So thanks.